Hey guys, welcome back to the land of stormtroopers. I love that scout trooper from Solo, a Star Wars story. I wish I could get more of him, but I've only ever found one. But yes, I have a plethora of different stormtroopers all on display there. But today we're looking at a new acquisition in the Vintage Geeks toy room, the Alpha Star from the Adventure People, Fisher-Price. This thing is awesome. But before we get into it, I got to show you guys something. Previously, we looked at the Alpha Probe from Fisher-Price Adventure People, and it had that little track. And I was wondering where this thing went, and I figured it out after I published the video. I was putting this down on the floor to shoot the Alpha Star video, and I was like, wait a minute. This goes right on here. So there you go, I figured it out. But let's take a look at the person. I believe this guy goes with this set because, so what it was I got the Alpha Probe shuttle and 3 astronauts and the Alpha Star set of vehicle stuff here, and I wasn't sure which guys went with what, but I'm assuming because of the way they fit in the vehicles, this guy has a bent arm like the women do. You basically got Venture People in 2 different poses, either these kind of arms or the bent arm like you just saw. That's why I was showing the different arms. Bent arm here, yeah. But anyways, so the people are pretty cool, but the real magic is in the vehicle. Check this thing out. There is so much to look at. This is going to be a long video. Longer than I usually do a video because there's just so much to check out here. This thing is just awesome in every way, on every angle, in every possible cool way. The canopy opens up. You got this can detach and be its own little shuttle pod, or escape pod, whatever you want to call it. It's got details in the back like engine and stuff, an intake on the bottom. It clips right back in. Real easy. It's got door hatches here on both sides. It's pretty cool. The wheels turn with this little steering mechanism up here. It's really awesome. It's just a nice touch. If you're rolling around, you can do that. It's got a, trailer hitch there. We've got an arm that can come out. It's on a ball joint, so it can go pretty much anywhere. So if Martha, the space astronaut, gets trapped, it can be like, I'll save you, or something. I guess it's robotic, I'll save you. And then it comes in and picks her up, and it's like, oh, you've got me. Help, help. And she's like, I'll put you in the med bay. Here you are going in the med bay. But your leg is stuck on my clamp. I have to work it to get the claw to release you. Oh, I'm breaking your leg and making your injury worse while I put you in the med bay. There you go. You're safe now. It's got this little hatch, and whoa, the robot just flies away. Let's do that again. So we're going to stuff him back inside there, close the hatch, and we're going to push this a little bit further away. And so it's got this little hatch here, and you push the button, and the robot rolls out. Yeah! Check this guy out. He's a nice little robot, Rover dude. Picks stuff up with his little shovel hands and stuff, and I guess you could pretend he can go this way and sort of fly around, but if you wanted to roll around, he's got to go this way. I don't know how he can see outside his dome. I'm just assuming that dome is where he sees from, but who knows? And, he rolls around here. Yep. That's pretty cool, right? So he's going to go back inside here. Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. Let's go back in. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. It's pretty cool, right? I like these little detailing all the way around. There's some of it's clear glass. So yeah, this can come off. It's got this little hatch there, the hitch, whatever you call it, this neat little landing gear that can pop down, and it just sets just like that so it can be level. So you can play with that as like the base. That's like stays at home base. And then this part, the rover part, can drive around here. He's like, yeah, let's go. So it's got this cool, we'll raise the camera up a little bit so you can see it all. We got this cool, I don't know if it's like a laser gun. I think it's a ray gun kind of thing. Or it's a radar. I don't know. But it's got a peg here so you can kind of clip his hand on it. Let's try to do this. And he can stand on that little spot and fall off. Okay, so he can stand on this little spot and put his arm on there. And then you just kind of get him in position. This is pretty cool. So I know you're waiting for it, you know. But watch, hold on. He can drive around and it spins. Look at him. He's like, I can't hang on at that speed. It's just a wild ride. It just throws me. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, we'll try it again. Here he goes. He's like, woo, He's just the centrifugal force. He just can't deal with it, you know. He's not the greatest astronaut. Let's put the girl on here. She can hang on. She's got the correct kind of arm that can grab the peg, put her feet on there. And let's see if she can deal with the centrifugal force of this massive thing. Yeah, she can. She can. Look at that. We got to close the hatch. Woohoo! Yeah, hoo-hoo-wee! Woohoo! Oh, nope. She fell off due to centrifugal force also. It's not that they can't hang on. It's the force of the spinning, you know. They're spinning around so fast. But yeah, this can come off. Let's see here. This guy, she can't really go in. So that's why I'm assuming that she went with the Alpha Probe space shuttle. Because she can't fit in this thing. She doesn't go anywhere. But him, with his different kind of feet, whoop, fits right in. Just like he was made for it. Look at that. So that means that we got, you know, Martha can't ride with him. But we do have Doug, the motorbike racer. He can go in there. Motocross Doug. He can kind of just like ride in the ship with him. In the cockpit of the Rover. Don't worry, there's air in there so Doug can breathe. But this thing just goes right on those pegs there. It slides into those black slots. It's very, very simple. Easy for kids to use and play with. That was something that's great about Adventure People. They really made the toys playable. Kids wanted to play with them. They were easy to use. Quick to take apart. Quick to put back together. The detailing was awesome. There's lots of stickers on here adding detail. In the plastic, there's like engine parts and all kinds of stuff, you know, molded in with it. So lots of detail. These peg holes could be used to hold the tethers. There was this control mechanism up top, the steering mechanism here. And like I said, the control mechanism, well, I haven't really said it. I haven't gotten into it yet, have I? So this thing would normally drive on its own forward and backwards, but unfortunately, mine doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. Oh, isn't that sad? But anyway, we can put her on here. Check this out. I just saw another spot for a character. They can stand on that little area and grab onto this ledge. Isn't that cool? I didn't notice that till just right now. Wow. We figured something out. We learned something new about this cool toy. So you can put both guys back there and they can ride along. What an awesome idea. We got to look for other areas where we can put figures. Because you can put them all over the place. Look at the stickering and the details on this thing. So yes, I was going to say there's a battery pack down here, a battery case. And unfortunately, mine is corroded. Look at that. You can see the corrosion and garbage that's all in there. So what I attempted to do was clean this whole baby up. Clean this thing up. The base plate had gunk on it. You can kind of see it there. So I took a toothbrush to this base plate and cleaned it all up. I ended up taking this entire thing apart and cleaning out all the gunk that was inside. There was even more gunk like deep inside this thing. You'll see in a second. You can see here the Alpha Star as we go into the superstructure and attempt to fix the main reactor. Yes, Admiral Akbar is fixing the Alpha Star. But yeah, there was a lot of corrosion on these parts and everything. I had to clean it all up. There's gear mechanisms here. The screws were basically brand new. Look how good those things look. So all these parts in here look pretty much brand new. There's really... I can't figure out how there'd be anything wrong with this once you cleaned it all up. I got the connectors pretty good there. One came out perfect. One's a little bit aged. I don't think that it's the connectors that's causing a problem, but everything's buttoned back up. Got all the screws back in there. Put the batteries in, and lo and behold, it still doesn't work. Ugh. I'm trying. Stop button, forward button, nothing happens. The reverse button, nothing happens. So you know what I suspect? The motor itself inside this is dead, and I'm going to have to try to find another motor. If I ever do that and get this working, I'll do another video to show you how it drives around. But for now, we're just going to have to put this thing in push mode, because see, clearly, it's not going to drive forward. It's not going to drive backwards. It's not going to work in power mode. I'm sorry. There's this little switch here that goes from power to manual. We're going to have to take it out of power mode, put it in manual, and that's how we've got to play with this toy. Just simply rolls around now. Like it's a car in neutral, you know? That's kind of how it's got to be. But we're not going to be driving around the condo anyways. We're going to be putting it on display eventually, so somewhere. But let's take a look at the back end, the trailer part, the command center, if you will, medical bay, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is. It can be whatever your imagination decides it is. You can let loose with your imagination here. But there's nice stickers and detail. Again, you know, there's lots of etchings in the white plastic that make it look like engine parts and rotary parts and, you know, suspension and all that. It's pretty cool. I don't know what this thing is up top. It could be a ray gun. It looks like there could have been something that went in there, but maybe not. I don't know. It looks really cool. I guess you could sort of pretend it's like a thing that guys look through. See, they could go here. Nah, going here is better. Yeah, see, she can kind of look at it. It's like a control module. And maybe she can see far off into the distance, wherever this is facing, and map out where they want to go or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that what's going on there? Is she mapping out where they're going to go? And this guy's going to sit in the back here and be like, I'm going to hang on over here while you, Doug, you're going to drive. And as a motocross driver, you know how to drive stuff. And Randy there, the other astronaut, he's going to be like manning the navigation control center as Martha feeds him information. That's kind of what's going on here. Yep. That's what I decided. Mission control, this is Doug. We're all set for a Rover go. So there's this other piece back there. Let's see what this thing is. This other hole. We can move the ray gun stand back there. Oh, it rotates also. So there you go. We have another rotating spot. I don't know if it was supposed to come with two originally, or if you're supposed to just decide where you want it. If I'm deciding where I want it, I don't want it rotating back there because the claw is also back there. I kind of want it on the Rover part, the front. Yeah, so I'm going to move it back up front. Duke. Psst. Moving it back up front. There we go. That way if he takes off and he comes across any aliens while he's roving around, he can take care of them while he's out there. And, you know, not get destroyed and have Martha, who's back at the base, wonder what happened, you know? Because she's got a robot in the back for defense and this claw to pick up aliens and toss them around. So, you know, she's got her ways of defending. So let's bring the robot back out here. We'll set this thing up as kind of a display piece. Look at that. This looks awesome, doesn't it? The Alpha Star Moon Rover set. I don't know if it's the Moon Rover set. I'm calling it that just because I don't know what else to call it. But this thing is awesome. Fisher-Price Adventure People. Around 1979-ish time frame. This is so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's just so retro, so 70s and early 80s, you know? Well, guys, thanks a lot for checking this out with me. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. Even though it didn't end up working motorized way, you know, you still get a good look at it, and I really appreciate you hanging in there. I know it was kind of a long video taking a look at this thing. Let's get R2 out of the way. We want a good shot of this with the Alpha probe, don't we? But hey, if you like toys like this, if you like retro and vintage toys, if you like things from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, all the way up to stuff that came out last week, modern toys, then this is the channel for you. I'm John the Vintage Geek, and I love looking at action figures and toys from my childhood, and I also still collect modern figures. So if you subscribe to this channel, you're going to get a look at both. You're going to get a look at these old things that are really cool that we had when we were kids, and you're also going to get a good look at things that came out last week if you're still a collector like I am. So join me almost every day. Usually every 2 or 3 days I put up a couple videos about stuff that's in the Vintage Geeks toy room, things that have been here forever since I was a little kid, and new stuff I'm acquiring and adding to the Vintage Geeks toy room. So I really appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time when we take a look at something else that's really awesome. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I'll get something else that's really awesome and we'll take a look at it. Or pull something off the shelf that we haven't looked at yet, and we'll take a closer look at that thing that's been sitting around here forever. Alright guys, thanks a lot. I'm John, the Vintage Geek, and I'm out of here. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. Boo,